Hey. Hey guys, welcome back to the biggest agricultural podcast in Namibia, in Dunawe Ngombe, which means the headman of cattle. My name, of course, is Mitchell Mutumba Simata, aka the Indunawe Ngombe, that man, Zunam Kwame Wambaholu Ngombe, which means that young man that speaks a lot about cattle. So, today, I want to touch on a different agricultural topic. I know I speak a lot about livestock, I speak a lot about cattle, goats, and sheep, but I want to touch on horticulture. Our second topic on horticulture. The last one we did was about banana farming. And I'll talk about garlic farming. So I got some information here, my trusted notebook, like always. The first thing you should know when you are planting garlic is you need to select soil that is well drained with a pH level between 6 and 7.5. That's a pH level you need to get. The best, if you're farming in, the best soil to plant garlic is sandy, loam soil, is ideal soil. That's the best. With soil with organic matter content and preferred due to the increased moisture and nutrient holding capacity. These soils are also less prone to crusting and composition. Very heavy soil types hinder bulb expansion. The garlic bulb. This guy. So very heavy soil tends to hinder that. Tends to hinder the expansion, particularly if allowed to dry out, resulting in irregular shaped bulbs. Intensive soil management practices are required on light soil with a low moisture holding capacity. Soil should be prepared in advance to eliminate weeds. So you always need to till your land to eliminate weeds to make sure that it's weed free. They go on to say it's recommended to plow to a depth of 15 centimeters to 20 centimeters. That's the depth you have to plow for if you're trying to plant garlic. Then harrowing and leaving the soil in very good tilth. The surface should be leveled out and worked well, leaving a smooth surface to enable effective irrigation and drainage. The right cultivators. Egyptian white. This is Egyptian. I got a picture of it. Oh, this is Egyptian white garlic. I didn't know this. They call it Egyptian white. So this is the Egyptian white garlic. Egyptian pink. This is the Egyptian pink garlic. So it's Egyptian white and Egyptian pink. I didn't know this. And the giant garlics. Okay, this guy is the giant garlic. The giant garlic have been planted for many generations in South Africa. I got this information from a South African farmer. In South Africa, and these cultivators have adapted well to local climates. Garlic prefers the shorten and cool days of winter, and it is frost resistant, so it doesn't really get affected by cold weather. For a better chance of a good crop, it is important to stick to the correct planting time for February to May. But it depends where in South Africa you're farming. So like I said, I got this information from a South African farmer. Good quality seeds form the foundation for a good harvest. It is important to harvest a great crop. It is impossible to harvest a great crop from poor seeds. A common mistake that people make is to buy fresh garlic off the shelves and plant clovers taken from these bulbs as seedlings. These are often sterile. And won't produce sizable bulbs. So meaning if you are buying garlic from a shop or from a roadside vendor, the ladies or the men that sell fresh vegetables on the side of the road, and you plant that, it won't really grow because those are usually sterile and they won't produce any garlic bulbs. It is better to buy seeds from a reputable supplier. When planted, each clover forms a clone of the mother plant. Clovers should be planted at the depth of between 3 centimeters and 5 centimeters, and 8 to 12 centimeters apart. So the depth should be 3 to 5 centimeters, and the distance apart from each other should be 8 to 12 centimeters apart, with the point of the seed, the pointy part of the seed, planted upwards. Density is usually 250 seeds per hectare. Quality and disease-free seeds is expensive, but potential farmers should not be put off by this. Rather start off small and build up your own seed bank in your first year. You can always buy more seeds to add to your existing seed bank in your second year. So it seems garlic seedlings are expensive. So when you're going to start planting it, you probably have to consider creating your own seed bank in your first year, and then probably buying more, probably buying more seeds in your second year of garlic planting. It says existing seed bank in your second year. So they're expensive, but if you can buy them, buy the seeds and plant the veggie, as they say. You need very good quality garlic seeds to produce very good quality garlics. They continue to say, Egyptian garlic varieties can produce a yieldage of up to 6 tons, per hectare, with the giant variety producing up to 12 tons per hectare. As I showed you, this is the giant garlic. This is the Egyptian pink garlic. So they're different garlic variations. I didn't know this. I just thought garlic was garlic, eh? So they say pests and diseases. Common pests and diseases to look out for include cutworms, white rot, which is caused by a fungus, Sclerotium kyphophorum brick, which is another fungus that seems like it affects garlics. Excellent products are available to combat these by garlic means or by biological or chemical controlled. Also rotate and don't plant in the same soil consecutively. Keep the land weed free by using mechanical methods as well as herbicides. Identify pests or diseases as early as possible, as it is easier to control. So one way to combat pest and disease with garlic is don't plant garlic in the same piece of land. Do rotation, plant in different places, and also keep an eye out for developing of diseases or pests. And also there are chemicals. There are many ways to deal with these diseases, whether it is biological or chemical control. So these things are available to you. It continues to say, garlic prefers moist soil, but the plants should not be soaked in water. The crop should receive approximately 25 millimeters of water a week, depending on the soil type. So depending on the soil type, it'll dictate how much water you have to give. But the standard baseline for garlic is 25 millimeters of water. They continue to saying fertilizing. During its initial growth phase, as the plant emerges and spreads its leaves, the crop might require generous application of nitrogen phosphate phosphorus should be applied for optimum growth, development, and potassium added for leaf growth and a healthy bulb formation. Before applying fertilizer, verify the phosphorus and the potassium level with a soil test. You need to do a soil test to verify these two chemicals. Broadcast any required phosphorus or potassium followed by shallow incorporation into the soil before planting. The amount of nitrogen required will vary with the soil type, the previous crop grown, the amount of organic matter present, and the climatic conditions during the growing season. Harvesting and storing. Garlic is ready to be harvested when 30% of the plants on the land have turned brown and started dying, just like an onion. Onion has to turn yellow and the crop has to fall one side. Harvesting can be carried out manually or mechanically, but should be done carefully to prevent damaging of the bulb. After the plants have been pulled from the soil, they are laid out in a bunch to dry for up to 3 days and then hung in a cool, well-ventilated place. Once the lobes have dried out, the leaves can be cut off and the garlic is ready to be marketed. A distinct advantage of growing garlic is its long shelf life. it can be stored for months at room temperature. So that's my 2 cents on garlic farming. As I said, I've never really gone into the production of garlic. So this is just some information. If you guys are interested in going into garlic farming from an established garlic farm in South Africa, but it's always good to go and do more research and contact an experienced garlic farmer so he can help you. And very important, what I'm noticing with the garlic and what I'm noticing with the banana, with the previous video that I did on banana plantations, is it seems soil tests are very important, guys. I know a lot of people farm in areas where you might have a very good rainfall and you consider to have very good fertile soil. And sometimes you just say, I also want to start a garlic plantation. But it seems like collecting soil samples and sending that to a lab or sending that to a lab where they do test soil samples would be to your advantage as a garlic farmer, so you can be successful. As I said, there are different types of garlic. This is the Egyptian pink garlic. I didn't know it's called that. This is the Egyptian white garlic, and this is the gigantic garlic. I know this, so it seems like every day I'm learning something new, and I'm learning new words. I'm learning new words and learning new terminologies that I might not have been exposed to when you're just doing livestock farming, because I can tell you what phosphate is, I can tell you what